Drop video covered over phone call because you can see the real person come out. We will force be present. Almost a big fostering mechanism to win a moment. Nobody succeeds alone. The more take time to develop a genuine, authentic relationship, the more take the relationship because you gotta be able to take a big risk. The more they want people out there cheer you or you support your effort. When was the last time you wrote handwritten notes? It's probably in a while. Technology is the way changed the way we communicate. We send comment message on phone call. We order cooking dinner instead of cooking. All name of relationship. Here's the point. Technology made it easier to communicate. It hasn't made it easier to connect with other human being. I found it secretly connecting. High tech the first free space we live in with the four small thing. Old fashioned way. Write a letter. Everything thousands of handwritten notes. Thank you for advice. Thank you them each of you. To put them extra effort show someone will care. You go above beyond. Someone advice you thank you later. And one will can make clear to person writing you. Impact is higher in your life. Talk about specific. Thank you for advice you gave me. It's because the advice you gave me that I now do X. People are looking for performance. And so some can show someone they really had an impact on your life, you live in life you're pursuing. You had a huge impact. Pick an afford dial. We've hired thousands of employees. And 50% called every single one of them to welcome campus family. I'm able to honor really what I want to campus to be, or people go above you, make you feel welcome, sense of belonging. And sometimes when I go with other people in the same work, people leave. Sometimes they were more transparent and interact with the company. Great opportunity to get a fever. Prosper hard to otherwise. Ask any for me to feel for question when you get outside the office. Choose country every single night. We have dinner with the people in the company. I've had question and another punctuation, but something happened this week. It's what made a lot to go to table. People open up, people engage with such a different tone. When people are back to office, they can see and know each other in a deeper way. Also, question honestly. You know how we go in elevators, someone has the weekend. It could be like a best weekend, we can bet love your 5% memory when you say good, how's yours? You have connect people, open up. What was good at it? People most margin, most people. That's why we offering stands out so much. Those goals because people choose the video one. I would always recommend video covered over phone call because you can see the no personally come out. We all both be present. Business true, we don't force the mechanism to be in a moment. Nobody succeeds at all. The more take time to develop genuine authentic relationship, the more you gotta be able to realize your dream. Because you gotta be able to take big risk and network people out there cheer you on your support your effort. When was the last time you wrote handwritten notes? It's probably in a while. Technology is changed where hands changed in email and later text message and on phone call. We order they send delivery instead of cooking dinner. All name of essential. Here's the point. Technology has made it easy to connect with. It is easy to communicate with other human being. I found it eager to connect him with high-tech first spaces available into a small thing, old-fashioned way. Later. I will written thousands of handwritten notes. Thank you for the advice. Thank you for the interview. To put them extra effort, show some of very care, and they were willing to above you. Some advice, thank you later. It's very connected to someone again to impact that they had in life. Talk about something specific. Thank you for advice you gave me. Then now doing X. People are looking different. People you can show someone they will had an impact on life you live in life in pursuing. It had a huge impact. We can afford that year. We hired thousands of employees, and I personally called every single one of them to welcome them to campus family. I'm able to set the tone and really what I want content to be people to love you, make you feel welcome, give people sense of belonging. And sometimes they call people rusty work. People will more transparent when they were actually serious company. Great people will hurt otherwise. Ask interesting and meaningful questions when you get outside the office. We'll show with the company every single night. We have dinner with the people in the company. Because the country much online motivation. What's something happened this week? It meant a lot to you. When I go around table, when people open up now, people engage. It's at the divine tone. When people come back to the office, so you can see and know each other in a deeper way. Answer question honestly. You know how we go in elevator for something weekend. It could be like your best weekend make meet up your 5 hours and married when you say, good, how's yours? If you wanna if we wanna connect with people that you have to open up. Sometimes most people don't turn the video on. I would always recommend video covered over phone call because a she and real person will come out when you for we all force people in almost a mechanism to be in the moment. Nobody succeeds at all. The more take time to do genuine, authentic relationship, the more you're gonna rise your dream because you're gonna be able to take a big risk. You know what people as you cheer you on, you support your effort. When was the last time you wrote handwritten? It's probably in a while. Technology is the way we communicate. Yes, email and letters, text message and phone call, or we already set up cooking dinner in our kitchen, all in the name of change. Here's the point. Technology made it easier to communicate. It hasn't made it easier to connect with as a human being. I found it easier to connecting with high-tech quiet space will read a bit, and it was more Spain, old-fashioned way. Later, everything is thousands of handwritten notes. Thank you advice. Thank you for the advice. So the actual effort shows some really care. We go above you. Well, smart thank you later. We thank you great person writing to impact to think head in your life. Talk about some thank you for advice you gave me. It's the advice you gave me. Then now doing X. People are looking difference. Because thank you show somewhere. The way we had an impact on life you living, life you pursuing. It has huge impact. Pick an afford dial. We had thousands of employees. When I personally called every single one of them to welcome campus family. In turn, and where people go camping to be, where people go above you, make you feel welcome, in sense of belonging. Sometimes they're more just rude. People leave. They're sometimes more transparent when they were actually still in the company. Great opportunity to get feedback. It's really hard otherwise. Meaningful question when you get outside the office. We travel the country every single night. We have dinner with the people of the company, like and that's our underlying motivation. But something happened this week and a lot to do. You go around table, people open up, people get engaged. It's a different tone. When people go outside the office, they can choose and know each other in deeper way. Answer question honestly. You know how we go a little bit something Samson says, how's your weekend? Love you for a person you married when you say good. How's yours? When you connect people, when you have to open up to kurare, must imagine most people. That's why we open stands out so much because stands shouldn't be the one. Always recommend video covered over phone call because she's a real person will come out when you both be forced to be present. Almost to force be mechanism to be in the moment. Nobody succeeds alone. The more take time to develop genuine, authentic relationship, the more you're gonna be realize your dream. Because you're gonna be able to take big risk. There are people out there who cheer you or you support your effort. When was the last time you wrote handwritten notes? It's probably been a while. Technology may change the way we communicate. With email, now letters, text message, and a phone call, we order the delivery instead of cooking our kitchen. Oh no, and here's the point. Technology made it easier to communicate, but it hasn't made it human being. And the high-tech first place where we live in do sounds more same old-fashioned way. Write a letter. Everything is thousands of handwritten notes. Thank you them love you. To put them actual effort, show someone really care. You'll go above beyond. Some advice you thank you later. It's very quick first invite you. Impact had in your life. Talk about some specific. Thank you for the advice you gave me. It's because your advice you gave me then I doing X. People are looking difference. So you can show someone they really had an impact on life you live in life influence. You get huge impact. Pick an afford dial. We have thousands of employees and I personally called every single one of them to welcome them to family because they don't know really what I want to make you feel welcome, make a sense of belonging. Sometimes when people will say work, people will leave, sometimes watch upset when they were actually still at the company. Great opportunity to get fever, but hard to otherwise. I see any for question when you have a size office. When I travel the country every single night, I look at dinner with people's company. I feel the motivation, actually underlying motivation. Happy this week when I talk to around table, people up now, people engage, such a different tone. People go back to office to choose and know each other in deeper way. Answer question honestly. You know how we go in elevator, some twice a weekend. And basically, married when you say, good, how's yours? When you connect people, then you have to open up. You always good at. Imagine most people, that's why be open stands out so much, space calls so much. Turns video, I always recommend video call over phone call because it should never personally come out when you go over force be present. Almost to force being mechanism to be in the moment. Nobody succeeds alone. Some will take time to develop genuine, authentic relationship. Make a rise dream. Because you're gonna be able to take big risk. You're gonna take more people out there train you on your support to effort. So when was the last time you wrote handwritten notes? It's probably been a while. Technology changed the way we communicate. With email now, letters, text message, and on phone call, we order this and cooking dinner in the kitchen, all in the name of relationship. Here's the point. Technology made it easier to communicate, but it hasn't made it easier to connect with other human being. And I found the secret to connecting with hard tech first page of what we live in a false most way, old-fashioned way. Write a letter. Lives in thousands and handwritten note. Thank you for advice. Thank you, them. I love you. Just put them extra effort, show some really care. We go above beyond. Sometimes you thank you later. Then you will make clear to person writing you. Impact your sound in your life. Talk have some specific. Thank you for the advice you gave me. It's because you the advice you gave me. Then I doing X. People looking difference. You could show someone. Then we had an impact on life you live in life in pursuing. You had a huge impact. Pick an afford dial. You had thousands of employees and I personally called every single one of them to welcome campus family. I told them where we want a company to be, or people go above you, make you feel welcome, they make the sense of belonging. And sense must be work, people leave on something more transparent when they were actually still the company. Great opportunity to receive the way. Make you feel question outside the office. to job is like every single night. We have dinner with people in the company. I saw the restaurant to under motivation. As something happened this week, we interrupt you. We go around table. People go around now. People can engage. It's a tier divine. Many people go about the office because she's and know each other in deeper way. It's a question honesty. You know how it going. Elevator. Someone saying, "How's the weekend?" It could be a best weekend made by your life, but somewhere when you say good, how is yours? When you connect people, so you have to open up. I'm not always good at it. Most people, that's why we open stands out so much because those people turn the video. I would always recommend video call over a phone call because you see a real good personally come out. When you first be present. So first build mechanism to be in the moment. Nobody succeeds at all. The more take time to develop genuine, authentic relationship, the more they're gonna reward you because you're gonna be able to take a big risk. The more people as you cheer you on your support to your effort. So when was the last time that you wrote handwritten notes? It's probably been a while. Technology has changed the way we communicate. We send emails, not letters, text message, no phone call. We order delivery. We order delivery instead of cooking dinner in our kitchen. All internet in the name of exchange. But here's the point: technology has made it easy to communicate, but it has it hasn't made it easy to connect with other human beings. I found the secret to connecting in the high-tech, fast-paced, fast-paced world worlds of between fast-paced worlds of between. It's doing for it's doing few small things the old-fashioned way. Later, I've written thousands of handwritten notes. I've written thousands of handwritten notes. Thank, thanking people for the advice, thanking them for the interview. It just puts that extra effort to show someone that you really care and you are willing to go above beyond. Some advice you writing, thanking, writing a thank you letter. It's still will make you clear to the person that you are writing to, the impact that they had to they have had on your life, the impact the impact that they have had on your life. Talk about some talk about something specific. Talk about something specific. Talk about something specific. Talk about something specific. Like thank you for the advice you get. Thank you for the advice that you gave me. It's because thank you for the advice that you gave me. It's because of you. It's because of the advice you gave me that I'm now doing X. People are looking to make a difference. And so if you can show someone that they've really had an impact on the life that you're living, the life that you are living, the life you're pursuing, it could have a huge impact. Pick up the phone dial. Pick up the phone and dial. We've hired thousands of employees. I've and I've and I personally called every single one of them to welcome them to campus family. I'm able to set the tone of really what I want the company to be, where people go above beyond to make people feel welcomed, and to give people a sense of belonging. And sometimes I call people on their last day work, and sometimes I call people on their last day work when people leave. Sometimes they were more transparent than they ever were when they were still at the company. And so it's a great opportunity to get feedback that is very hard to get otherwise. Ask interesting and meaningful questions. When you get outside the office, when you get outside get outside of the office, when you get outside the office, when I'm traveling the country, every night I'll have dinner with people in the company, and I like to ask questions like, "What's your underlying motivation? What's something that this week? Happened this week that meant a lot to you? That meant a lot to you." And when you go around the table, and people will open up and able to engage, it sets a different tone. When people come back to the office, they can see each they can see each other and they can see each other and they know each other in a deeper way. Answer questions with honesty. You know how it feels when you go out going to the end. You know how it go. You know how it feel when you going into an elevator and someone say, "How was your weekend? How was your weekend?" It could have been the best weekend ever. It could have been the love of your life, person you married, person you were married, and you'd say, "Good. How was yours?" If you want to connect with people, then you have to open up. I'm now always, I'm now always, I'm now always good at. I'm now always good at it. And imagine most people aren't, but that's why being open. That's why being open stands out so much. Stands out so much because most people aren't. Turns video one. I would always recommend a video conference over phone call because that's when we can see the real person might come out. When you're on video, you're forced to be present. It's almost a forcing mechanism to be in the moment. Nobody succeeds alone. The more you can take time to develop genuine, authentic relationships, the more the more you're gonna be able to realize your dream. You're gonna be able to take the risk and know that there's a network of people cheer you on and support your effort. When was the last time you wrote handwritten notes? It's probably been a while. The technologies that I will communicate. With email, letters, text message, phone call, we all deliver instant cooking dinner in the kitchen. All in the name of essential. Here's the point. Technology made it easy to communicate. It made it easy to connect with the human being. I for single connecting with high-tech first place what we develop with a few small thing we old-fashioned way. Write a letter. I was in the thousands of handwritten notes. Take them advice, take them interview, to put them extra effort for some of the care, they will go above beyond. Some advice you like your letter. Some we will go above person I can do. Impact desired in your life. Talk about something specific. Thank you for advice you gave. It's because the advice you gave me, then I now doing X. People are looking different. So you can show someone they really had an impact on life you live in, life influence win. You had a huge impact. They can afford that job. We hired thousands of employees, and I personally called every single one of them to welcome them to this family. I'm told them I really wouldn't want a company to be in, where people go above you, make you feel welcome, and give people something beyond them. So rude people will sometimes are more transparent when they were actually still the company. People say to apply to fever very hard otherwise. And see the meaningful question when you get outside the office. You know, join the company every single night. We had dinner with people in the company. Why is that second? underlying motivation. When something happened this week meant to a lot to you. And go around people go open up, people go engage. It's set to define tone. When you go back to office to get she's a know each other in the way. Here's a question honestly. You know how I go elevator, someone says, how's the weekend? It could be last big when you can meet, love you for a person you marry. When you say, good, how's yours? If you connect people, then you have to open up. Always good at it. And maybe most people, that's why we open stands out so much, because most people aren't. Children be the one. I would always recommend video call over phone call, because she's a real person come out. When you always forced to be present, almost a forced mechanism to be in the moment. Nobody succeeds at all. The more take time to develop genuine, authentic relationship, the more you're gonna be eligible to do as a dream, because you're gonna be able to take with network people out there to your support to effort.